Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today's video is going to be about how I targeted these big winter bass and how I broke my personal best in my previous video. Guys, I will leave a link in the description below, and I'll actually leave a link at the end of this video so you guys can check that out if you haven't already. Broke my personal best, guys, right at the end of the year 2019. Very happy about it. One of my goals were to catch a big winter bass. Little did I know it was gonna happen right before the year ended. So I'm really excited about that. So what I wanna do, guys, is talk to you about what baits I use, what rod landed me my personal best, 7.67, guys. Giant bass, almost 8 pounds. And just kind of go talk to you about what I use, what tactic I use, and how I targeted these fish in the winter, some of the toughest times of the year to catch them, and why it happened. So, guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, for starters, guys, first off, I want to thank everybody for checking out my previous video, guys. Got about 200 views right now. Really excited about that. I hope it just skyrockets and just goes through the roof. Big accomplishment for me to catch my personal best. It's been 2 long years trying to catch that personal best. But guys, what I used in this video to catch numbers and quality was the Megabass Vision 110. One second. In the, let's check that out. Look at all that. See that paint chipped off, guys? They just demolished it. Either way, I'm gonna show you this side. This is in the Tennessee shad pattern, guys. I've been using it for quite a while, maybe a couple weeks or so. Stock treble hooks. Actually, some of these hooks are bent out. If you can tell right here, that one's bent out. But either way, I'm gonna change these out and probably get some of the little small nano hooks to switch them out so I won't run into any problems with big fish. So why I use that, you got cold water, you got lethargic bass. They're just not gonna be feeding like they would in the spring or the summertime or the fall. They really don't feed it much, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes a day, depending on when, depending on what time of the day, depending on current, depending on overcast conditions. And me personally, when it's tough, I like to focus on the weather. I always check the weather. When I know I'm going fishing, look at my AccuWeather on my app on my phone. Check out the weather. Check out how much wind we're dealing with and the cloud cover. Key things, guys. Cloud cover, wind, and current is your friend when it comes to catching big fish or just fish in general. So, guys, what I want to do right quick is show you a couple clips of how I make countless casts, consistent casts in the same areas, in deep areas where I know these big fish should be. So, guys, let's get right into it. All right, guys, here we are. First thing in the morning. Not very first thing in the morning, but early enough that the sun's not really quite up. Just a lot of overcast conditions. And in this particular part of the day, catching dinks here and there. With my retrieval method is kind of fast and trying to see if I can get some very aggressive bass to bite. Also notice, guys, my pause time is very short.
There's one. Megabass Vision.
Now moving on to later on in the day. This is around about 4:30, guys. Actually about 4:15. I caught the 7 around 4:30. This particular time of the day, I changed my method. Fishing in the same area where I know there's some big fish held up at, where they should be in deeper water. And I'm fishing the same kind of method, but my pause time in between jerks is longer. And at this moment, guys, when I caught this decent sized fish, it kind of stirs things up in my head And I just kind of kept repeating the same type of pattern, and that's what landed me my personal best.
Yeah. That's a good one right there. There we go. Jerk bait. That's about a 4-pounder. Maybe a 3.
So guys, there you have it. Couple clips there showing you what I did. And the reasons why I started out in this particular area, because I know there are big fish there. It's just a matter of catching them and getting them to trigger them to feed. And what happened is I started in this spot. I caught a couple of things here and there using the jerkbait, but my retrieval method was a little bit more faster than it was later in the evening. Kind of fast motions, and my pause in between the jerks wasn't that long in the beginning. Early in the morning, they were a little bit more active. Not the big ones, but the little dinks, of course. You know, they have more energy than this big 5, 6, 7, 8 pound bass. So after that bite died down, I switched up and threw the Bill Lewis rattle trap here. Lost a decent one on that. Totally my fault. My drag wasn't set right because I had a jig on it. It was some point in time. I did not set my drag right. And of course, what happens? You rip the hooks out the bass's mouth. So had to regroup. I fished around a little bit more, and I knew it was getting close to the end of the day. Let's see if these fish are starting to group up or starting to move up out of this deep water, or let's see if I can get them fired up with this Megabass Vision 110. Suspended jerkbait. These bass were suspended, guys. Suspended, I'm saying maybe 8 to 10 feet off in the water column, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how deep. Don't have a depth finder, but you use your mind, you use the baits that you have to find out how deep waters are. Count your baits down using hard baits or jigs, Texas rigs, things of that nature. So what I did was I went back in, numerous casts, same spot, kept going. And once I hit that 3.68, I said, okay, they're getting a little bit more aggressive now. Didn't get too excited about that one. Decent fish, quality fish. But then once I hit that personal best, that's when I knew, okay, these bass are fired up. And you have to be consistent and just keep digging in, keep casting, keep casting, keep casting, same spot. And that's how you get a big school of winter big bass to feed. I lost a decent one and caught a 5. Awesome day. So guys, I say that to say this. You have to be consistent. You have to pick out these deeper spots, whether it's ponds, lakes, or reservoirs, to find these fish and to just kind of piss them off into eating or just get them fired up. And you can tell the difference between just a regular hunger strike versus a competition strike when they're actually just feeding. I honestly think if I'd have stayed longer and fished it, I could have caught another decent one. But by the time I was tired, ready to go home so I can edit and get this video pumped out to you guys so you can enjoy it. But guys, like I said, you don't always have to have big swim baits and things of that nature to target these big winter bass. The Megabass Vision 110, hands down, in my opinion, not just because I caught my personal best on it, but all over the nation, everybody's using it. It's hands down the best jerk bait that you can use, honestly. So go with your Megabass Vision 110 and the Tennessee Shad. grab yourself a lipless, whether it's a red-eye shad or a Bill Lewis rattle trap. I prefer the Bill Lewis. Guys, you can't go wrong. So, guys, as always, I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate all the subscribers, the new subscribers. Like I said, go back and check out my previous video and just kind of look through. I started in one spot and ended in one spot. Two different results. Smaller fish led to bigger fish. Just being consistent, guys. So, guys, I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.